What's up, guys? So today I'm back with another story time for you. I've only got like 2 or 3 left for sort of my film career sort of section of my story times. I do have a whole heap of others sort of written out, at least like the ideas behind them. But yeah, so this one's sort of starting to get me more in towards where my sort of my personal fictional universe currently is, and yeah, obviously I can explain it better with all the context. So let's just get straight into it. All right. So throughout high school, I had this really close friend. We were like best friends for like 6 years, and so yeah, we sort of talked about different things and stuff, and it was just sort of by pure coincidence we would always end up in the exact same classes. We wouldn't discuss what electives we were choosing, but we still ended up in all of the same classes, including all of our electives as well, which included years 11 and 12, which was really funny because everything except for English was an elective, and even with English we'd both chosen to do the same level of English. So it was really this sort of unreal thing that without even speaking to each other about what we thought was going to be best for us, like to learn for ourselves, to go on and do what we wanted to do with our life, we still ended up doing the exact same classes, which included the TAFE course as well. Like, it was just this unreal level that we'd both chosen the same exact courses to do. And so obviously following graduation, having all of these common interests, this 6-year long friendship going, we wanted to try and work together. Now, obviously, I have a lot of passions in a lot of different artistic forms, whether it be music or writing, film, video games, etc. I have a lot of different passions for a lot of different areas of entertainment and artistic expression. So when it came time for us to work together, and we'd been discussing this for a couple of months, she had mentioned, sorry, there is something in my eye, it is annoying me. I think I got it. Yeah, so she had sort of come to me and was like, well, hey, look, I've got this script that I've written. I've been debating making this myself, and I was like, well, that's cool. Would you mind if I directed that? Like, I feel like between the two of us, you are the better writer and I am the better director. Like, it's okay to have a strength in one area and not in another. Yeah, so it ended up being that she'd written the script, and I was going to direct it. And so I was like, cool, well, do you mind if I get a copy off you? Because our TAFE teacher runs a drama group on Friday afternoons. I'm going to take it up there, try to get some actors, if you want to come along, help out with the the audition process because you know the characters and stuff, so you have a fairer idea of how you want them presented. You know, I'll try to work with you as much as possible because it is your script, and yeah, so that was always and still is the intention of where what I had in my head when I went up to do auditions. She couldn't make it the first week because of a family thing, I think it was. Something had come up and she wasn't able to make it this particular week I went up. But I'd gone up, I'd sort of made it a short list of, you know, sort of top 2 or 3 that should give me a couple of criteria, like they have to be this and this and this for each character, and I sort of auditioned, gotten it down to, you know, 2 or 3 per character. There were only, I think, 3 speaking roles, and then sort of everyone else that was involved in the drama group ended up being extras in the film. But yeah, so I'd gone up, I'd done that, I was feeling pretty good about it. All that was left was for her to come, you know, so to give her tick of approval on who was playing what role. And yeah, so the second time we went up there, we did that. But while the class was getting settled and stuff, our TAFE teacher, who was running the class, had gotten everyone to sort of sit down, so that they, you know, were quiet and respectful for everyone else doing their auditions for my film. And that is how they had put it, and that is how in the industry it would be put, because I was directing it. It's the same as if you see a, you know, like a Tim Burton film. He didn't necessarily write the film, but he was the director, and so therefore it is sort of his, like the script alone is the scriptwriter's intellectual property, but once someone else directs it, the film, which is then becomes a separate entity related to the script, it is then the director's intellectual property. However, I don't think that had quite sort of sunk in at this point in time, because she sort of, my friend sort of sitting right next to me, sort of tensed up when she heard that, was able to sort of make it through the auditions and was like, okay, cool, you know, like, cool, we've done everything, I'm gonna go now. Sort of got up and walked out, and I was like, something doesn't feel right here. So I was like, you know, I got up and I was like, I'll be right back, just give me 2 seconds. I went out, I was like, hey, is everything okay? And she blew up at me, going off with all these things, like I was trying to steal her work, and that I lied to her when I said that, you know, I only wanted to direct it, and that I was trying to steal her work, and yeah, it just completely went off the deep end. Started saying that I'd always been trying to copy her stories and her ideas and rah rah rah, and before I could even get any sort of word in, was like, you know what, just have it, take it, you know, it's your film now anyway, you know, like, I don't want to be involved in this anymore. And that was pretty much the last I ever heard of her. It's now been 6 or 7 years since that incident. I still haven't heard from her. So yeah, it just, I mean, it goes to show the things that can destroy friendships, but at the same time, just like, I don't know, I feel like there's a certain level of hubris you've got to have to think that someone is trying to steal your work, when the work that, like the work that I was putting in with auditioning people, scouting locations, I had to hire equipment, and so therefore the film equipment was under, like was my responsibility. I was the one that was going to be editing it, all this other sort of stuff. I was the one that was going to be behind the camera, directing all the actors. Like, the film was going to be mine. And so the simple fact that it had therefore been referred to as my film, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. The director's is always like, it's a insert director's name film. That's always how it is. You go watch literally any movie, like the Avengers movies, like Infinity War and Endgame. They were directed by the Russo brothers, so they are Russo brothers films, and no one even, you know, like Marcus and McFeely get up there, the screenwriters, at Comic-Con, and they talk about all the different things that they did in the, so people know that they're the screenwriters, but the films are still intellectual property of the Russo brothers because they were the directors. But just, yeah, I think there's a certain level of hubris you've got to have to think that just because you wrote the script, that the film is automatically your intellectual property as well, when other people are going to be involved in it. Obviously, there's certain people like Quentin Tarantino, James Gunn. I think Tim Burton does some of the time, where they write their own scripts and then direct the films themselves. In those cases, obviously, because they have directed the film as well. But yeah, just because you've written the script for a film doesn't necessarily mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, she would have been, my friend would have gotten, and I do believe I did this, she got a screenwriting credit, and I think I put her down as an executive producer as well, because the story was not mine. I was telling somebody else's story, but I was still putting in a lot of work to bring it to this new medium. So, yeah. The actual filming part of this story was great. I had a really good cast, had a couple of really good crew members helping me out with certain things, whether it be, you know, ensuring that the right prop was on set, or what have you, and yeah, it was really good film shoot. Other than that one hiccup, the rest of the film shoot went very smoothly, and I didn't have any other real issues. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscription button and the notification bell so that you are alerted when I upload a new video. You can check out all of my social media links in the description down below. And until next time, guys, night to A2, and I'll check you all later.